Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do this cyborg makeup that was at the start of this video. I'm starting with my makeup already done. Did have Vegemite on my face, which is what I was just rubbing off, but we're going to ignore that. I'm just tying my hair back with a headband so I don't get makeup all up in my hair. And then I'm taking some Johnson's makeup wipes and I'm just wiping away my makeup in the area that I know I want to do the kind of robot cyborg skin breaking through. I'm leaving my lashes and everything on because, look, we're on a budget and I'm not taking my makeup completely off from the day, you know. Gonna use what we can. So I'm just taking some water and some water activated white face paint on a beauty blender that's nice and clean and damp, and I'm just mapping out the area first where I want this like robot skin to be peeking through. So I don't have any grey paint, so we're kind of improvising here, letting it dry. And then I'm taking a black liquid eyeliner, this one's from Mecca, and I'm just mapping out further where I want the kind of charred skin to be. I'm kind of going in the shape of like a razor blade, and then I'm just covering my eyebrows as well in that area to blend in with the white. Then I'm going back in with that same eyeliner and I'm mapping out the kind of cyborg pattern that I want on my face. So I'm doing some like cogs, wires, little like motherboard details. That's kind of the vibe that I'm going for. Doesn't really make sense because cyborgs aren't real. Sorry to break it to you. So I'm just kind of, I'm winging it. I'm trying to do things that flatter the shape of my face as well. So like going around the eyes and stuff, kind of keeping it kind of an eye shape. So it looks a bit flattering. Got a bit of a beauty mark going on there as well. And then I'm taking some black eyeshadow, and this is where the white face paint turns into grey face paint. So I'm taking some black eyeshadow on a teeny tiny little brush, and I'm just kind of blending that in from the outer corners so it looks like more of a shadow. And you can see it's kind of removing the white paint underneath it and giving it kind of a grey look. Don't panic that all of the details of our design are disappearing, because we will be adding those back in with an eyeliner that's a bit more opaque. This is just kind of getting that kind of metallic-y grey look to it. Speaking of a metallic-y grey look, we're going in with the shade Rich Girl from the Chocolate Gold Too Faced palette, which is like this very nice shimmery silver colour. And that's really going to make this kind of grey and white mess look like a silvery metal colour. You can kind of see on camera how it catches the light and it's got that real metallic look to it. I think this look could be really cool in gold as well, and using a gold eyeshadow. That might be something I'm going to have to try. And then I'm going in with some black eyeshadow on a extra small brush, and I'm adding in even more depth and detail with the black eyeshadow in the corners, especially towards the outside, so that it looks like it's underneath the human skin suit on the outside, really giving that cyborg vibe, and going along those lines that we mapped out before with the eyeliner as well, adding some depth so that some parts look like they're laying above the others. And then I'm taking a newer, fresher eyeliner. Sorry, my hand's so dirty. I was cleaning my brushes on it, I'm not gonna lie. And then I'm going back in and adding dimension and depth back to all of those little cogs and wires and little, I don't know, I'm gonna say motherboard. You know, when you see like the computers and they're all green and they've got the bits. Yeah, that's the vibe we're going for. You could probably do whatever you wanted. You could do one with hearts or something cute like that as well. And then I'm doing my little dancey dance back with the white eyeliner that we used to cover our brows. I'm gonna add some highlights in to where the light might be hitting all of these little metallic pieces in our robot face, going along the edges and stuff so that everything looks a little bit more 3D. Then I'm adding some black eyeliner around my eyes, just so that, you know, we want to be a pretty cyborg. And also repairing my eyelashes that did get some white paint and etc. on them. Then I am taking a lip brush and some very sad red lipstick. I love this red though because it's a very true red. It's just from Sephora. And then I'm adding some little like red details that kind of give the illusion of like a red light glowing on the like metallic cyborg skin. So just adding those in like rectangular shapes, doing some little lines with it as well, just to add some pizzazz. And then I'm taking the same lipstick on the same brush and I'm starting to add where the skin is torn and red and all bloody around our torn fleshy cyborg face. So I'm just going around, I'm doing some kind of sharp edges around like that razor blade. I want to say, you know, when they have the spinning ones, you get me. And then I'm taking this Lime Crime Venus palette and some of the red shades on a small fluffy brush to add some kind of skin irritation, kind of a bruising effect. Yes, it is removing all of the beautiful details we added with the lip brush, but we'll be going back in with some fake blood, so don't worry about that. I'm taking an even fluffier brush with those same shades and I'm spreading everything out a little bit further because, I mean, if your face got peeled off, you wouldn't just be in one spot, right? You're gonna have it spread out all across. I'm taking some of a brown shade out of the same palette and I'm adding some depth back into the areas around our face wound here as well, adding some depth that we can put the blood over. Sorry, I really need some water, but I refuse to take a break and drink some. I'm taking some black on a dense fluffier brush and I'm adding some crease back in because, like I said, we want to be a hot cyborg. Like, our makeup still has to be on point. Then I'm taking a flat brush that's kind of denser and I'm adding some black shadow in the like crevices and creases that we've created on our face. So right along the edges of the darker eyeliner that we added, just to make some parts pop more than others, so that, yeah, it does look like we are a deeper interface of robot underneath. And then I'm taking the fluffy brush and some of the red shades and I'm making room for some more parts that are torn off our face. So, and I'm making those shapes with the black eyeliner, as you can see. Just keeping into that kind of rounded razor blade shape, and then I'm adding the silvery metallic eyeshadow, the shade Rich Girl again, and you can really see it popping on camera on this angle, just to, yeah, create the illusion that we've got some more pieces that are maybe either come off our face or that have peeled off the rest of our face. And then adding some more depth and blood and bodily juices around that as well, so that it looks a little bit more realistic if cyborgs were to be real. Yeah, rinse and repeat. You can add as many pieces as you want. You could probably add some pieces down your neck as well. That would look really sick. I'm adding some dimension and wiry bits to those little pieces as well, just so everything looks a bit more cohesive. And then I'm adding some depth with that same dense flat brush and black eyeshadow. I'm now taking this Revolution Pro palette and some red and brown shades, and we're making the other eye kind of match the vibes a little bit more. I'm doing kind of this bruised look, so I'm going in the inner corner, under the eye, a bit onto our cheekbone, so it looks kind of like maybe we've been in a fight, you know? And even though we still look like a hot chick on this side of our face, we want to look like, you know, she's seen some shit. I'm adding some brown eyeshadow to that as well. I don't think I showed that on camera, but there's also some browns in there. And then I'm making my eye a little bit more smoky with some black eyeshadow in that same dense brush. And then I'm going in with 2 eyeshadow shades to make a really deep, gaunt contour on this side of our face. Because, you know, maybe it's post-apocalyptic. We've only got canned chickpeas. You know, times are tough. I'm adding some blush as well because, you know, we still gotta be cute. Added some on the forehead as well. And then just fixing eyeliner because it's getting lost within all these shadows. And then I'm adding some lash glue where I want to put some rhinestones. I'm going to do some fake piercings and bits and pieces. So one just below and above the eyebrow to look like a little fake eyebrow piercing, one for the side of the nose, and one for under the eye, just because I think it looks cute. And then to make them look realistic and a little bit infected, we're going to add some more of that red lipstick on that little lipstick brush. Pardon me, and just adding that around our little fake piercings so they look real. And I'm adding some little veins and stuff as well. If you can see, they don't show up much on camera, but just so that, yeah, it looks like we were really sexily punched in the eye, you know. And then just adding some black eyeshadow around the other eye again. And now for some fake blood. I've just got a paintbrush instead of a makeup brush. Life hack, so that you don't ruin all your makeup brushes with fake blood. Use paintbrushes because they're cheaper and they're more coarse anyway, and you're less likely to ruin them. But I'm just adding that all around the edges of our design. And then I'm kind of being messy with it, flicking it around, but I don't want to lose that shape, so I am keeping it mostly concentrated. But where we've got our other little injuries and bits, I'm trying to blend them into the original design. If you can catch my drift. But yeah, using some stippling motions, I'm adding that kind of further across my nose and some on the other side of my face, so that our cyborg looks like, you know, she's been through some shit. Now for the lips, I always start with pawpaw cream because I find lipsticks to be quite drying sometimes. If you are gonna do this, make sure you don't use too much because then your lipstick's just gonna like melt off your face. I'm taking the Mecca red lipstick in the shade Love Language. This shade is beautiful. I'm using that just all over my lips. I do like to overline them a bit. And then I'm taking the Mecca black liquid liner again, and I'm just lining my lips. I'm adding some little clown smile lines as well, and I'm adding a line down the middle. I will be adding it to the top lip as well, which creates a really cute little pouty lip look, and it looks very like futuristic, I feel, which matches the vibes for our cyborg chick. This doesn't have to be perfect. I will be going in with some black liquid lipstick. This one's just from Sephora, and the same lipstick brush that we have been using for this entire tutorial. Honestly, she's carrying this thing at this point. And I'm just adding some more depth, and I'm trying not to, I was just going to say trying not to press my lips together, but I literally just did that, so that we can have a more defined shape. Just trying to even it out as well. Our faces are not completely symmetrical. They're sisters, not twins, so don't stress about this too much. It's dawning on me how asymmetrical my face is watching this. But yeah, that is the finished look, sans contact lens. There we go. Here's the contact lens. That is everything. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, if you like this, I'm hopefully going to be fucked to make some more. Yeah. Thanks for watching, I guess. And have a nice day or night wherever you are. Toodles.